Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Here in the States, it is Thanksgiving Eve, isn't it? Shaka, you've got a nice family dinner
Yes,
plan. I have the greatest Thanksgiving in the world. I get to spend it with Craig Burley.
I tell you what.
Going to call me weak?
If anything makes you thankful, it's spending time with Craig.
Not only that, Craig Burley on a Europa League day.
I'm just looking forward to producer Mike sending me some sort of email about what games to watch tomorrow, and I'm already...
Maybe Craig can take the mantle of doing your power rankings.
I'm already deciphering my response to the aforementioned email. That has to be within the guidelines of the company.
Okay.
But we'll have some aggression to it.
Okay.
It'll be of aggressive nature.
Let's get on with it. Here we go. First question. Frank, this is all in capital letters. Do you think that Mbappe is a better centre-forward, left-wing or player in general than Vinicius Jr.?
Why is than all of a sudden common letter?
Do I have the right to say yes because he had a bad game today again? I mean, it's a contest for sure. Vinicius Jr. has been so performant the last 2 years with Real Madrid, but not really with Brazil. And I think Mbappe has proven, during some years already during the World Cup that he has been one of the best, if he's not the best, centre forward. Yeah, it's a debate, and I can agree that Vinicius Jr. is as good as Mbappe.
The first 7 questions are all about Mbappe. Shaka, do you think Real Madrid regrets signing Mbappe at this point?
At this point, it doesn't look like a good decision. But I still think you get the opportunity to sign a player of Kylian Mbappe's pedigree. Real Madrid, more than most clubs, will take that. And Carlo Ancelotti, better than most managers, will figure it out.
Craig, up until this season, we've seen Mbappe play the majority of his career in the French League and internationals, both of which are many levels below the top leagues. Okay. Has he just been stat padding with dominant teams, but is just an above-average player?
No, I mean, there are weak international games. We've all sort of played in them. And there is no doubt that the La Liga is whatever steps above PSG, but no. He's having a bad time. He's playing with big boys rules now because he's at Real Madrid. It's the whole Real Madrid just La Liga just carries. With Barcelona, Real Madrid, wherever you go, you could be in South America, they're watching it. Wherever they're watching, so all the eyes are on him, and so. Yeah, he's under much more pressure. But the things he's done, winning World Cups and stuff, he is certainly not an average player.
Frank, take us through the missed penalty kick by Mbappe. What's going through his head before and after? Oh, we know what he's doing after.
Well, after we all know, devastating situation. But I mean. Before, we can see that he's looking at the goalkeeper. He wants the goalkeeper to make the first move, then he picks the side. But the goalkeepers, they know how it's going to work, and they play a game, and it's even harder than just picking a side and going and putting the ball on the floor, because I think it's a more secure penalty. I haven't been a terrific football player. I haven't been a technical football player, but I knew how to kick a football on the penalty kick. And I know, and I think Shaka can witness me on that and agree with me, that if you put on the floor very strongly, it's very hard for a goalkeeper to catch it. That's simple. So if you put on the gloves area, as I call it, it becomes like a gift to the goalkeeper.
That is true.
I was thinking of you this weekend.
I'm a little bit confused.
Because where I was on the pitch, the goalkeeper's warming up straight in front of me. Obviously, it was Oblak, and I can't remember who the reverse goalkeeper is for Atleti. Oblak's going for... But the second and third goalkeepers are having to go through it all as well, and having to go through it really intensely. How much effort are you really putting in?
As a reserve goalie?
Yes.
No,
I didn't think so. Because you're just like,
yeah,
we're doing this.
I've never seen that, because I always, my experience was always, I don't know, it was usually the goalkeeping coach and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, so it's goalkeeping coach, but with the 3 goalkeepers.
Yeah, the reserve goalie joins it, but then also kind of depends on the outfield players if they want to do shooting before they go. That's the reserve goalie's job to go and stand in between the sticks, kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Or, well, if the starting goalkeeper does not want to do it,
okay,
or he may just want to go in and do a few just to get his eye in. Whatever the starting goalkeeper doesn't want to do, the reserve goalkeeper has to fill in those blanks.
You got to conserve your energy, haven't you?
Well, it's a very tough 90 minutes to come.
Got a lot of manoeuvring around to do.
Well,
a lot of ground to cover.
I was thinking, there's no way Shaka's making any effort in that.
What?
Speaking of your effort, in your prime, could you have made the penalty save against Mbappe?
I could have saved that, but that was an awful penalty.
There we are.
That was an awful penalty.
Yeah, but everybody keeps asking about the penalty, and that's fine. But the penalty's not the main concern. The main concern is his all-round performance.
Yes.
Not anybody can miss a penalty.
Is it time, Craig, for Solari to take over as interim manager? Or can Carlo Ancelotti save his job by keeping Mbappe on the bench?
But not while Vinicius and Rodrigo are injured. He's screwed.
Yep.
No. Everybody's getting way too ahead of themselves here. This is one of the most decorated football coaches that has ever managed. Not saying he's the greatest, but he's one of the most decorated in several countries, including where he is now. So you got to give the guy a good amount of time to sort this out. I mean, he has got a track record of sorting things out. So this is a kind of modern day sort of mindset where, you know, at the first sign of a crisis, it's chopping block comes down. We're a long way from that. I mean, if you look at La Liga, I think they've got a game in hand.
Yeah, if they win it, they're one off.
They're
one off.
Yeah.
And they've been average.
Yes.
So, and they'll qualify from this.
It's salvageable. Everything about Real
they'll
Madrid.
be somewhere in the knockout once they beat Brest and RB Salzburg.
But then they could play one of the more difficult teams on the table.
Well, but if they have players fit at that point, then we've seen them before in previous seasons. We saw that year when they won it, they beat PSG.
Yeah.
They got battered by them, they got battered by City, they got battered by somebody else. I think
Chelsea.
They got battered by Chelsea. They got battered by Liverpool in the final. To be honest with you, got outplayed and won it.
Yeah.
So we've seen it before.
Anyone from the panel remembers signing a superstar for their team and the move didn't work out and impacted the whole side's play subsequently?
We were talking about, Stevie and I were talking about this off air the other day, when we signed Tino Asprilla in that 95-96 season. It changed everything about how we played. Because we played one up front with Les Ferdinand, with Beardsley in behind and 2 wingers, Ginola, who didn't defend, and Keith Gillespie on the other side, and all of a sudden you sign Tino Asprilla, and now you haven't kind of figured that out, because he's going to play, Les was playing, so now you have 2 up front, Beardsley sitting behind, and we just started conceding too much, and we struggled on the road the second half of that season. No, don't get me wrong, Tino's an incredible player, but it's just
The timing.
And you could kind of understand it because we didn't have. If Les got injured, we didn't have that kind of firepower on the bench.
Right.
So you understood the signing of Tino Asprilla, and at the very least to have that player. But then Les never got injured, and we never had an injury crisis. And you're trying to, all of a sudden, kind of figure out a formation to suit everybody.
If you haven't seen Asprilla's goals for Newcastle, go on YouTube.
It's great.
Incredible.
But a hat-trick against Barcelona
I'm thinking Zola at Chelsea, but that worked. You know what I mean? But then
Yes.
I'm thinking, if you're thinking a big name, Jim Smith signed Fabrizio Ravanelli at Derby.
Yes.
And obviously a huge name, great goal scorer. But I remember we were playing Sheffield Wednesday away in a pre-season friendly at Hillsborough. And this game, and he was in the stand, he just signed, and he came to watch it. Big mistake. Big mistake. This game was a pre-season against 2 absolutely bang average Premier League teams, right? And I remember I was captain that year, and I remember thinking to myself, right, he came in at half-time, I think, to the dressing room, and I remember sitting thinking, he must be thinking, what the hell have I done? I hope the money's good, because honestly, it was embarrassing.
Right.
Who he played with.
Right. So his arrival didn't necessarily impact the team.
Oh, listen, I'm good friends with him, but it's not him. He trained his butt off.
Right.
Professional as hell, but there's not a man alive could have come in and taken that team on their shoulders. I'm telling you that now. So I just imagine, and I'll never forget that game thinking, he must walk in this dressing room and think, this is the worst group of players. You know what I mean? Like, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Frank?
Money's good.
No, nothing that I remember. I saw players, big stars signing for clubs. Yeah, they weren't good, but impacting the whole team. No, I never experienced that, and don't recall anybody doing so much damages.
So the next game, I just remembered this now. It's down memory lane. Wait to hear this. So we played Sheffield Wednesday this pre-season.
Yep.
I've told you this before. Some idiot at Derby decided, let's have Barcelona at home in pre-season, right? So we're playing Barcelona, I think, the Tuesday or the Wednesday. So now Ravanelli's playing. He's getting his first game.
Right.
We're 3-0 down after 20 minutes. He was shouting to me, Capitano! Because he's English at the time. English at the time was not very good. Capitano! Capitano! And come on! I went, hey. Everybody was going down with hamstring injuries. Took 3-0. I said to Jim, I said to the manager after the game, whose bright idea was that? Play Barcelona.
Oh, man. It's like Stevie with his MLS All-Stars against Real Madrid.
The one year you're going to be MLS All-Star manager is not Real Madrid away. Oh, was it? It was in Madrid as well.
He was at the Bernabeu, yeah.
It was in the Bernabeu. I'll do it. I'll do it. Who we played?
What was the result? I don't remember. What was the result?
Right, it was 5-0 or 6-0 to Real Madrid.
Oh my God.
That's when we had the interview with Real Madrid TV, and I obviously hadn't seen Stevie since he was playing. He had his glasses on. Like, that's Steve Nicol, which I'm sure.
Let himself go a bit.
It's the reaction everybody has when they see it.
He didn't have Mariner with him, did he?
Mariner wasn't allowed to go. So Mariner had to stay because the Revs were playing that weekend. So Mariners had to stay.
So he was in charge of the Revs? God's sake.
What's your worst experience at Anfield?
Oh, I've had a lot.
Yeah? But you always say you loved it.
Yeah, I love playing on Anfield. Got beat there a few times.
Yeah.
I can't say.
You were in the 4-3?
I was in one of them.
The first 4-3?
Nah, I think I was the second one.
Right.
Yeah, I was in the second one.
That was kind of the Premier League.
Yeah, there was 3 in a row.
Yeah.
There's 3 4-3s in a row. I played in the second one. And Pavel Sineček played in the other 2. That wasn't fun.
We lost up there. Frank played. Was it 5, Frank, one year? 4 or 5, do you remember? You played. You were.
Yeah, 5-1, yeah. 5-1, yeah.
The goals were your fault. 5-1. I told you I played
it was
there
Andy Myers.
Yes,
Andy Myers.
Yes. Wait for this.
No, I'm not telling you.
Here we go. I scored, Dan. And then I scored. Yeah, I've seen it. What was it? 37 yards out? The shot?
37.5.
37.
And they built ahead at the back post.
Frank, your memories?
Yeah, that one we lost 5-1 against Liverpool, my first season in England, and we had a good start of the season, but that was the first slap in the face for me in England, and not a very good memory. Sorry.
Shaka, have you ever conceded an own goal as bad as the Celtic own goal scored by the US centre-back Cameron Vickers-Carter this evening?
No, I don't think I ever have.
Oh
in
my
case you didn't
God.
see it, how would we would describe it? Kasper Schmeichel's kind of out of his goal.
Kasper
to the right.
Schmeichel goes to give, Vickers and whoever the right back was, an angle to pass it back if he wanted.
Well, there's part of the problem straight away. You wouldn't have been out there, would you?
Oh, no, I wouldn't, no, nope.
You wouldn't have been out, given the angle. You'd have been like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I would say, don't pass it back between the sticks. Pass it back wide.
Nice.
But you could always run onto that. You know what I mean? And then, again, keep in mind, I'm not trying to pass the ball back to the wing back.
Right.
Back in those days, as we keep saying, no defenders looking for the ball there.
Okay.
So I am more than happy standing, centre or just off centre, but in between mistakes. You pass it wide, I can run onto it and kick it from there.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, because everybody's trying, so now Kasper Schmeichel goes well wide of his goal because he wants to control it and maybe make a short pass. As a result, Vickers then just turns around, passes it back, and sends it back his net.
What's your worst own goal?
The good news is for Carter Vickers is, in my experience, the Celtic fans tend to take those kind of things quite well. My own goal.
Your worst one? How many did you score?
How am I to score? Well, I scored one at Anfield,
Yes.
and I scored one in the reserve game.
Oh, that doesn't count. Reserve games don't count.
Well, it does, because when the manager's trying you out in a new position. I told you this story.
Oh, is that when you were playing sweeper?
When Glenn put me at sweeper.
Right.
I told you this, didn't I?
Yeah.
I scored an own goal then. Not any more high-profile ones, I don't think.
No.
Off the top of my
What about you, Frank? Worst own goal?
Yes, especially in the derby, Strasbourg against Metz, but I couldn't do anything. I mean, that was a cross, and you tackle, you try to save it, and you go straight to your knee, and you cannot react, but nothing shameful like that. I mean, the first lesson about a centre back that you learn is to not give the ball in the area to the net, because if the goalkeeper makes a mistake, at least he can go wide. That's the worst of the worst. I mean, I felt so bad for him. I put myself in his shoes and I say, oh my God, if that happened to me, I think I can. Well, I know I wouldn't say. I mean, I can.
No, yes.
I would
Yeah, don't say
never.
it.
I would never feel good like that.
But what was funny
horrible,
about that
horrible.
Celtic one was it was actually, when I first saw it, I don't know how the player was running back towards his own goal, but when I first saw it, he was running that fast. I thought they were attacking that end. I thought, oh, the wing, he's quick down the road. And that's where it all started. And then it's one of those things for Carter Vickers, that you look up, you go, oh.
Frank, percentage chance of Manchester City ending this season trophyless?
Ooh.
Well, if they keep on doing what they're doing right now, or not doing right now, I would say I would say 90%. I mean, if they don't react, 90% of chances of risks for me to be trophyless, because they're not doing great. I mean, you are 3-0 at home, 3-3 at the end, shows how deep into troubles you are.
Did they win the Community Shield? So I suppose they won the trophy, didn't they?
Who'd they play?
Manchester United, was it?
A distant past.
It is.
No. United won that in penalties.
Oh, okay, Shaq.
I have no idea. No idea. It just sounded right.
Keep on doing if you keep on doing what you're doing, you keep on getting what you get.
Okay.
The golf balance.
I've just been told Manchester City won on penalty.
Oh, I was close.
Oh.
I knew it was one of them.
Well, that's Shaq.
Well, that doesn't count. That's not a trophy.
Okay, right. 90%?
I-
They're not going to win the Champions League.
I wouldn't disagree with
They're
Frank
not.
at all.
90. They're out of the Carabao Cup.
90% sounds good.
90%?
I concur.
Okay, that's it. That's a nice way to end, with everyone concurring.